Maybe.
If you tilt over.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, keep leaning, it'll get higher.
Okay,
For
we're ready.
Jason, he's not here.
Says, don't use the muscle. How do you not use the muscle?
Yeah.
Let's all rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good morning, all. First, we have on our agenda today are the approval of the minutes from last week. And Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any changes, questions, corrections in the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. All business, we have an event, special event request from St. Boniface. We'll table, I think, until,
Yeah, we did get an email from her, and the letters have been out for 4 days, but we
Okay.
still advertised that we would hear it again next week, so we just felt like we should leave it on until
That's-
next week.
that's
Table it
fine.
Until next week.
that's great. Okay, so we'll bring that up again next week. New business, engineering.
Good morning, Jeremy Grenard, City Engineer. This morning we have notice to bidders for the Highland Park curb replacement project. The scope of this work entails spot removal and replacement of curb primarily surrounding and including the Triangle Park, which is bounded by Pontiac Avenue, Highland Avenue, and Miami Avenue inside of Highland Park. If approved, we will advertise on April 23rd and 30th and open bids on May 11th. We're requesting your approval.
Thank you. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this notice to bidders on Highland Park curb replacement.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Questions? Again, this is all CDBG funds?
This is not CDBG.
This is not
funds.
CDBG?
No.
Okay. This is special, different appropriation.
Yes.
How are we paying for this? Just out of budgetary issues?
This will be paid out of the capital development fund.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Economic development. John?
Good morning, John Collier, Economic Development. You have before you an application for the demolition of a historic structure. I'll take this off. It's in the Park Mary National Historic District, so therefore it needs to come before the Board of Works for your review of the 60-day waiting period. It's for a garage or a shed only. It was probably built as a garage originally when the Model T was the biggest car around, but you couldn't get a car in there today. So, anyway, it is historic, and Dan Kaiser has reviewed it and determined that the 60-day waiting period should be maintained.
Okay, and you agree with that
Yes.
recommendation? Okay. Chair, I'll entertain a motion to approve the acknowledgement of the 60-day waiting period on this demolition permit.
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. Questions for John on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lafayette Renew.
Good morning. Josh Terry with Lafayette Renew. You have before you a 4-year industrial user permit renewal for Nanshan American Advanced Aluminum Technologies. They're currently permitted with our pretreatment program as a significant industrial user and are in good standing, and I request that you approve this permit.
Okay, Chair, entertain a motion to approve the renewal of the Nanshan industrial use permit.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Questions?
Anything different about it aside from the sections and definitions that were added? Any additional chemical discharge?
No, just a minor permit language.
So the changes, I appreciate you mentioning the changes in your overview. Those changes were necessitated by what?
Just slowly upgrading, or not upgrading, but updating the permits with a certain language.
Okay. So it's just a matter of you didn't discover new issues or new chemicals,
No,
nothing
no,
like
no.
that being. Okay. All right. Good. That's-
I have just a general question because we do these occasionally. So where does the list of chemicals that we're required to monitor come from? Is that state or federal?
They're federal core categorical standards in the Federal Registry. So they have certain constituents they have to monitor. I'm not sure really about chemicals, though. I can find that out for you, though.
I probably said it wrong, but so you get the guidance from the federal.
Yeah.
Federal.
Yeah, federal and
Not
state.
Federal and state?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask what TTO is?
Total toxic organics.
Okay.
So those will be sort of EPA standards?
Yeah.
That you're meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Other questions? So we have a motion, a second to approve the Nanshan permit. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. All right. Purchasing.
Dave Payne, Purchasing Manager. The IT department has replaced, I think it's about 70 desktop PCs, and so the rest of the ones that have been taken out of service, they'd like to get declared surplus property and try to sell.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve this declaration of surplus property.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
So these, you're actually going to try to have these reused? They've been wiped and
Yes,
you get them out? And
yes, not
Okay.
me, but Andy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy about that, frankly. All right, we have a motion, a second to approve this declaration of surplus property. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
And then the fire department has 7 iPads that are asking you to declare as surplus. They've also been replaced and they'll be sold.
Great. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this declaration of surplus property for the fire department.
So moved.
Second.
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 Moved and seconded. Questions on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Claims?
Good morning, Tim Clary, Controller. The Controller's Office has reviewed the claims in the amount of $2,055,619.57. We ask for your approval.
Thanks, Tim. Chair, entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. Questions on claims?
On Big 13, there are 3 refunds to Majestic Custom Homes of some size. What are those attached to?
Those are the temporary certificate of occupancy refunds. Once they meet certain
Okay,
specs by the city, permits, et cetera, then we refund those deposits.
all right, thank you. On Big 14, there is one that I do not recognize, Paul Whitehurst. He's part of the Small Business Assistance Program. What business is that?
I'll have to check on that to see what
Dennis.
business that is.
Do you know?
Dennis is there.
Yeah, that's another grant assistance for small business that we're doing. It's Pooch Palace Resorts on Beck Lane.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And then the acronym on that same page for the first 4 invoices, NIBRS training.
Top of 14.
Top of
Here comes
14,
Dave.
sorry.
You guys have matching shirts on, you know?
NIBRS stands for National Incident-Based Reporting System, and it's the police and how they used to have to do the UCR, but now they've switched over to NIBRS.
Okay, thank you.
So standardized crime reporting across the country.
That may be it. That's it for me, thank you.
Tim, on Big 11, I had a question on the Von Tobel's, the bottom of the page. Materials for TRT training class. What's that?
That is a structural collapse training that they have
Yeah.
out there at the training center. They purchase. For the fire department. Yeah. For LFD.
That's interesting. Okay. Thanks.
I remember there was manuals that we purchased for that not too long ago, right? The training manuals.
Correct.
Excellent.
Other questions
No.
regarding the invoices? We have a motion, a second to approve the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
So we have Dennis, yes.
Good morning, Dennis Carson, Economic Development Director. Before you, you have an event permit for Fresh Air Eats. If you remember last year, this was a project that we did for the restaurants downtown. Due to the pandemic, they had capacity issues and such, so we were able to close the streets and bring picnic tables down so they could have patrons eat on outside so they can increase their capacity in their business. So we'd like to do that again this year. This year, we're not going to do it every weekend. It'll be basically be the third weekend of the month. However, in May, we have 2 weekends, so the 14th to the 16th of May, which is graduation weekend, we'll be doing it, and then the following weekend, May 20th and May 23rd, and then it'll be in June, July, August, September, and October. Also on the second weekend in May, it's actually going to be Thursday through Sunday because of the Firefighters Association that's going to be here, and they had already requested the street closure from 6th to 8th Street, so we decided we want to add that day to that as well too. So the street closures are basically the same as well. We'll have Main Street between 10th and 11th closed, Main Street between 6th and 8th, 9th Street will be open, Main Street between 5th and 6th, and 6th Street will be open, and then the Farmers Market area, 5th Street between Main and Columbia, Main Street from 2nd to 3rd, and then we have a new addition this year, Main Street from 3rd to 4th will be closed as well too because La Scala is going to be opening back up.
Oh, good.
Yeah, excited about that. And then 2nd Street from the north side of the parking entrance to the Mark Building over to Ferry Street. So we request your support for this and approval.
Okay, thank you. Chair, I motion to approve this permit for Fresh Air Eats.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
So I like that. I mean, this is a great plan. Obviously, you've had a lot of communication and input from the
Lots of people.
restaurateurs and others, right? And I think also you're trying to maybe expand. Is this the one I'm thinking about, expanding this to also bring other merchants out, maybe into giving them an opportunity to do things, or just restaurants?
This is just restaurants.
Just restaurants, okay. I must have read about that someplace else.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, for Fridays.
that's what it was.
Yeah, with Tippecanoe Arts Federation, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was. Thanks, Mayor. Okay. We have a motion, a second. Anybody else have any questions regarding this? Terrific. And this is in addition to the parklet and the other things that you're
Right,
doing
we're
also,
yeah,
right?
that was just passed by the city council for parklets and streeteries. So we have 2 applications right now on the Black Sparrow and Revolution Barbecue. We're looking to do a more semi-permanent outdoor dining space in front of their business.
Yeah, that's really good. I think this is one of those changes that came out of the pandemic. I think it's really good because we are limited with our downtown eateries as to outdoor dining space, and people really like being outdoors. So
Yeah, it's great that we're coming out of the pandemic, but we're not quite there yet, so this is going to be a big help.
Yeah. Okay. Motion a second to approve this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We have then request from Faith. Morning.
Hi, I'm Lori Walters. I'm with Faith Community Development Corporation and Faith Ministries, and we have a couple of event requests for road closures, one road closure. The first one is a bunk bed building event. Let's say that 10 times real fast. That is for Monday, June 7th, all day, and it's just the little stub of Hartford Street between the Hartford Hub and that playground. They'll be constructing beds for children in the neighborhood through a mission week with teens. They have 14 bunk beds that have been requested by people who live around the hub, so that's obviously a need. And then our second event, it's ongoing event, it's the second Friday of every month. To close that same street closure to provide safety for kids, we bring in the neighborhood for just a neighborhood meal. Kids are running back and forth, it's just a lot safer to have that road closed, so there's not any traffic during that time period.
Okay, thank you. So actually, these are two different, one is the bunk bed and one is the
Neighborhood meal.
the
beds,
neighborhood
yeah.
event, right. So let's go ahead and do the bunk bed event. Chair, entertain a motion to approve the special event request to build bunk beds.
So moved, or I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Questions for Laura in this?
So
Terrific,
it's just the painted area of the
Right,
street that you're
correct.
talking about?
Yep,
terrific idea, by the way.
thank you.
Yeah, it really is a good idea. So we have a motion, a second. Anybody have any further questions?
I do.
comments?
So are the neighbors helping build the bunk beds?
Not this, well, they're welcome to be, mostly the teens that are doing the mission week. But it will be hopefully an ongoing ministry that won't need 14 beds built at one time, but then the kids do help build. So we've already done kind of one pilot plan, the hub kids built their own beds, which is really cool. So yeah, it's going to be a neat outreach.
Great opportunity.
Yeah.
Other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Then let's move on to the next, which is the monthly reoccurring event. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this special event request.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Laura, you get good participation in it from the neighbors on these
Yeah,
events?
we had one, we didn't get the street closed. We had about 100 people the April was our inaugural one. So we think, especially as the word gets out, it's just going to keep.
Gonna be needed?
building. Yeah.
That's terrific.
How do you manage that in light of potential for COVID transmission?
Well, that's why we want the street closed. We want people outside. So most of all the eating was done outside. They just go in and get served. There were a few tables inside, but we just keep people outside as much as possible.
Still a crowd of 100 in that small space seems like it might be kind of packed.
Well, they weren't there all at one time. It's an open house, so people came and left. So not everybody is there at one time. So that
I
helps
think
too.
what you're asking, are you following CDC guidelines as far as
Correct.
spacing and all the other things we need to do? Good. Any other questions?
No, I want to thank you for helping with Clean Sweep this weekend, too.
Oh,
Getting a group.
thank you.
So, yeah.
Good. We have a motion and a second to approve this special event request. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Thanks, Laura. Good luck. That is it for the agenda today. Mayor, do you have any words of wisdom for us? You sure? I'm sure. Okay. Anybody else want to make a comment? If not, meeting stands adjourned. Thank you.
See, as you get older, you realize you don't always need to have something to say.